Legs Media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up. What's up and welcome. This is Ennis Libby with Save With Your Legs Media, and thank you for tuning in. We are looking at the ladies' race of Strade today. The race was amazing. It was just non-stop action in the men's and the ladies' race today. So it is considered a classic, but it should be a monument. But anyway, let's get into the race. We had an incident early in the race. One of the favorites, Kessie Niadoma, she went out of the race. And that's so unfortunate, but I was looking forward to what she could do. But then you get an attack from Femke, I think it's Gerties from SD Works. She went off the front, obviously trying to set it up for her team leader. And she went up the front. And then in the chase, as they were chasing, then a group came together. And as that group was chasing back, Pauline Provat, after they caught the breakaway, she went down in the corner. You can see she slid out. She sort of slid out the same way that Poggy, but she got right back up and was quick back to it. So the break is going. It's together. The ladies it's just happening. And I personally thought that this was going to be the break of the day, and it was going to be it. But then, unfortunately, what's her name is Longo Borghini. She wasn't feeling too well, so she actually had to pull out of the race. But the break is still going. But here is a young lady. She rides for FDGJ. She's actually riding for Demi, and her name is Bose. And she got on the front, and my goodness, she just like was an engine. And you can see she just, oh my goodness, she just got on the front and she just brought back the breakaway. I didn't think that the breakaway was going to get caught, but Demi Vollering was still in the chase group, so she just went to the front, working for her teammate, and just really just reeled everybody back in. And it was an amazing display of power. So if there's a prize for a rider for most aggressive rider, this young lady on the front for FDGJ definitely gets it. She, as you can see, the gap's down to, it goes down really, really quickly. They're going to show the time gap in a minute. So it's like 15 kilometers to go. And as you can see, the group, they catch the group. So they finally catch the group, and then everyone's back together. And then with 12.9 kilometers to go. So I'm all over the place with this, so sorry, but that was an amazing piece of work by the FTDJ rider to bring back Demi Vollering, to bring her back into the fray to contest for the finish. So then now that you got Demi back into the group, and then you got the young lady that looks like it's the world champion, but it's just the Mauritius national champions jersey, which looks really similar to the world champion jersey. So it's not Lotto Kopaki. It's a young lady from Mauritius. And she was looking like she was going to get dropped on some of the things, but she didn't. She managed to hang in there, and she did pretty well. But we see Gertis is still on the front. Is it Femke? I'm going to say Femke and stop trying to pronounce it. But Femke got a little bit of a launch on the group, and this is where things started to break up, because they're going to come into the climb, as you see, with 12.1 kilometers to go. And Femke is on the front, pushing hard. I mean, pushing really hard and keeping the pace going. And everyone is like, now we got to get into it. We got to get into this thing. And as you can see how steep it is, I think it's like, they said it's like 15 to 18% on this. So just imagine climbing this and then on gravel as well. So yeah, it was pretty tough. And Park Peterson, who I picked to, is my favorite rider because it's gravel. She's a mountain biker, cyclocross, and I thought she would do really well on this. But this is like, I think it's only like a second or third year riding in the pro women's field, and I think she still has some maturing to do. But I think she's going to be someone to watch in the future. So sorry. So, but as I'm not quite sure if that's I could see Pauline. She's on the wheel. I'm not quite sure if that's Demi or if that's Femke that's pulling it back. I think it's Femke. She's pulling it back. We'll see in a second as they come around. But Femke is still on the front, pushing her. So that's Demi. She is on the front, and then you got Pauline on her wheel, and then also you're gonna see is it not Inga? Sorry, but Venderheiden and Anna Venderbreggen. She's gonna come up in a minute. So over the top, Demi attacks. She puts an attack over the top. So it was Demi the whole time, and then Anna Venderbreggen is going to do her best to Yeah, Demi's gonna do her best to. Sorry, it's checking the messages. Demi's gonna do her best to get onto the wheel, and once they get onto the wheel, that's it. It just becomes a two-man show from the rest for the rest of the race. So once these two get away, then the races are pretty much. I won't say it's over. You still got the other riders in the back trying to chase hard and everything, and get back on. Pauline's trying to lead the charge. But the other thing that I did notice, I guess she just is not fit enough. But Anna van der Breggen, she wasn't contributing to the front as much as Demi was. So I did get that wrong. I thought that was a Femke, but it was a Demi that I mean, and Anna van der Breggen that had went to the front. She put in the attack on the on the gravel sector, and as you can see, they opened up a gap quite quickly. They got 14 seconds. That gap will grow as they get towards the finish. So as they're going to pretty much ride together for until for the next 10K, and Pauline, your hats off to her. Even after having a bit of crash, she's still able to go on and fight for what's possibly a podium position. So as your two leaders really press on, they still only have like 15 seconds over the chasers. But they going to hold on to the 15 seconds. So it's a tough race. They're riding really hard, and Demi's on the front, and Demi's trying not to do too much. But here's the thing: these two were at one point they were teammates. They were on both on SD Works, and then Anna Vandenberg, and in the back, she actually left SD Works to go and coach. She was a director sportif, and she was the director of the team, so she was telling Demi what to do last year. So what is good is that SD Works was just dominating everything. So FDJ, you know, fold out some money and brought Demi, which is good. So now the competition evens out. So all of the best players aren't on the same team. So we're on the last climb going up to the finish line. We're in Siena, and this is where I thought it was going to be like a really head-to-head battle all the way. But as you're going to see, there was just one rider that was just a bit better than the other, and it wasn't even. I just thought it was going to be a bit more of an explosive attack. I've seen more explosive attacks. So this was the big attack by Demi, and she hits the climb, and Anna just didn't have anything for it. She was tapped out. She basically was using everything just to, stay in the fray, stay in the wheel, so that she can get on the podium. So it was a really good effort by Anna, and Anna pretty much bluffed a Demi, because if Demi knew how Anna was feeling and knew she didn't have the legs, she probably could have went a whole lot earlier and won with an even bigger gap. But that's how it goes, and Demi is able to ride to the finish. She's elated. She's getting a second win of our Strade Bianca, and today was a day of repeat victories, because as you see, is a Pogacar. He repeated his victory on the uh, in this race in Strada Bianca, you could go to the other videos and you'll see. So this was a really outstanding performance. As you can see, Groupama ecstatic, and then at the end of the race, the manager was like saying like this that was well worth the money. So now we're gonna have a bit more of a competitive year between the ladies. The ladies racing, and there you comes and it comes in for second place, and then coming in for third place, we thought we was gonna get the young lady. I believe her name is Boss. I thought we was gonna get her to get on the podium with her teammate, because she done so much work. She deserved to be on the podium, but she wasn't able to get around Pauline, and Pauline was able to hold on and take that third place spot. So, but everybody worked really hard. So it was hard to say, well, but one person deserved it over another, even after like Pauline hit the deck. But I mean, the young lady that was riding for Demi, she shut the gap down, because at one point the group that Pauline was in was they had almost like a minute or so, and yeah, she shut it down. But she just didn't have enough to catch up and get past Pauline to get that place on the podium. So close but no cigar this time. But I'm pretty sure if she keeps riding the way she does, she's going to get some big wins coming going forward in the future. So it was fantastic to see. I mean, a fantastic bit of racing by the ladies. The ladies were absolutely outstanding. Park Pulisy got in the top 10, my rider, my pick for the day, but she didn't. She didn't. I was hoping she'll get on the podium at least, but it is what it is. And this has been In This Loop, we say with your Lakes Media. I hope you enjoyed that. Um, go to whoever is your provider, Discovery Plus, TNT, and watch the whole race. It's definitely well worth the watch. So sorry, a bit congested, got a bit of a cold, and we will see you on the next one. So we got Paris-Nice starting tomorrow, and then another race as well. So we're going to try to bring you a full recap of each stage of Paris-Nice. Ready? See you later. And it's Louis Say with your legs. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share, tell a friend. Thanks. Bye-bye. With your Lakes Media, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.